Dragon Ball Super has returned after its week-long break, and like always, there is a ton of new stuff to cover. The first of which is Vegeta vs Frost. Now, I usually like to compare Dragon Ball Super's fights to previous fights in Dragon Ball Z, and the fight between Vegeta and Frost reminded me so much of the fight between Vegeta and Pui Pui back in the Majin Buu arc. However, instead of knocking him around, Vegeta straight up one-punched this guy through the barrier that was created by Vados, and I've heard some people say that the fight was too short, but you have to realize that Vegeta had no intention of losing this fight. He wasn't about to go in there and risk getting poisoned like Piccolo and Goku did, so it makes sense for him to end it as quickly as possible. Now, as expected, Frost is out of the tournament, and directly after he loses, Goku talks to Beerus. He asks him if he can get reinstated in the tournament, and anyone who predicted that Goku would be making a return in this tournament was 100% correct. However, he will not be fighting last. Beerus tells him that he will fight whenever Vegeta loses, and that Monaka will stay as the final member on the team. This episode was the first time we have ever seen Beerus genuinely worried or concerned. He is literally sweating at the thought of Monaka. We then hear Whis say, "When are you planning on revealing Monaka's true identity?" And this could mean anything. To be honest, I've already gone on record saying that Monaka will be powerful, but now I'm thinking that he's on the same level as Beerus or Champa, if not higher. There would be no reason Beerus would be full on sweating if, number one, Monaka wasn't more powerful than him, or number two, Beerus went into another universe to get him. Maybe Monaka isn't actually from Universe 7 and Beerus fought him while he was in another universe, let's say for example Universe 3. That could be the reason as to why he doesn't want Goku or anyone besides Whis to know his true identity. This is the topic I want to come back to, so I'll leave it there. Just know that Monaka is looking deadly. Getting onto the actual topic of this video, we have Magetta vs Vegeta, and so far this fight has been done really well. I wouldn't go as far to say it's the best fight in the series because we've had fights like Goku and Beerus at the beginning of Super, but hands down this is the best fight in the tournament so far. Unlike Frost and Botamo, Magetta is actually strong. He is unlike anything we have ever seen in Dragon Ball, and I'm not gonna lie, when I originally saw his design, I was turned off because I was under the impression that he was a robot, and I just wouldn't have liked the concept of robots competing with gods. However, it turns out that his race is actually just made of metal, and I can see them doing something super cool here. Imagine if they came out and said that the materials that make up Magetta's home planet and his race is actually Kachin. For anyone that doesn't know what Kachin is, it was introduced when the Supreme Kai suggested to test the limits of the Z-Sword. It is known as the hardest metal in the universe, and considering most of Vegeta's attacks aren't doing anything, I feel like that could be a justification for that. Now, Magetta has this weird ability. Whenever he drinks lava, he grows in strength. It's almost like his own version of the Super Saiyan transformation. Even still, when he powers up, Vegeta is still able to dodge all his attacks in base form. It isn't until Magetta actually starts firing out lava from his mouth in what looks like the first beam struggle of the tournament. Keep in mind, Vegeta is still in base form while Magetta is in his powered up form, and for the most part, I would still say Vegeta is stronger. After the beam struggle, Vegeta turns into a Super Saiyan, and that is where the episode cuts off. In the next episode preview, we see Vegeta powering up for a final flash in his Super Saiyan state, and I'm calling it now, that will be the end of Magetta. So far out of Frost and Botamo, Magetta is by far the most powerful. I wish I could compare him to a character in Dragon Ball Z, but honestly in terms of design and technique, he is completely original. In relation to his power, we can only estimate how strong he is. Just a quick guess by me, I would maybe say Frieza's final form, but not his golden form in Resurrection F.